Hey guys, how you doing today? So I'm here to talk about that situation with Monique and her son Shalon. And I know I'm late to the party, but that one just had me in my feelings a little bit. And I think, I know I was quite emotional about that because it hurt me to my core to know that a mother and her son are at, odds over, each of their own perceptions and beliefs as to what occurred to them during their life. So this one I don't even feel like it's spilling the tea. Is not anything like that. It's actually sad that they are both, I think they're both hurting. I definitely think that they're both hurting. And I think that they're both in a place of misunderstanding and grief. And I say that because Monique has her point of view and then Shalon has his point of view. And I don't think either one of them are correct, but I believe that their perception of what happened is correct. And who am I to say that they're not correct, because I wasn't there and I didn't live it with them. But from they both perceive that something else occurred. And so that's why I'm saying that they're both not correct, but that might have been the wrong choice of words for me to use. So, Monique said that she is open to healing and she wants to connect with her son. He said that she doesn't mean it and he doesn't want to connect with her. And he said that they both understand that they don't want to connect and they don't want to have a relationship together. I think Monique wants a relationship with him based on what she has stated. And I think deep down he might want a relationship with her, but I think he's angry with her. It feels like based on some of the things that he stated and what he has said, he believes that she did him wrong or she wasn't there for him. That's what it seems like. I won't say did him wrong. He feels like she was not there for him based on some of the things that he is saying. Monique at the time, she's had him for a while. I think he's 34 years old. So she had him, and when he was a young little boy, she was starting her career and she was in the grind phase of her life. Whereas when she had her other three boys, she had already, made a name for herself in the industry, and she's still steadily climbing, right? Who else isn't on that grind and who isn't trying to big up and come up? But with him, it was like really, really the grind beginning times of everything. So I think he missed out or didn't get to spend as much time with her because she's probably spent a lot of time trying to make something of herself for her and for him. I think that's what kids sometimes don't understand. When parents do a lot of the things that they do, they are thinking that they're going to give you a better life. And sometimes as parents, we could be wrong with that. Maybe what you do need, and each child is different. Some kids may want money. Some kids may want love, right? It might not always be about money, but it might not always be about love. At the end of the day, what you're doing is you're trying to make a better life for yourself, and and your children should be the benefit of that. I will say, listen to some of the things right here that Monique said.
You have the vehicle you're driving right now because of your mother. These are the things that you're leaving out when you're expressing what you're expressing in reference to your mother. You're not expressing the relationship that you have with your father, where you spoke ill to him, not to mention spoke ill to your mother, but somehow your mother and father and I all have a loving relationship and communicate back and forth because of the love that we have for you.
And I want you to also listen to some of the things that Shalon said.
I guess I felt the need to make this video to just provide some context into this false narrative about her praying to the universe in order to reconcile our relationship or whatever the hell it is. My mother and I both know that that is a very false narrative, and I would like to free her of having to continue telling that lie. Faith without work is dead, and neither one of us cares to put forth any effort to reconcile with the other.
A couple of things stand out to me, though, between the going back and forth between them. One is that Shalon, they did one video and then someone did a response and then someone else did a response. But anyway, the short of it is Monique released text messages when he had his child. She was reaching out to him. She said he didn't respond to her. He said he had just become a new father. He was trying to care for his child. He had an excuse as to why he didn't respond. Either way, I don't think that as a mom, as a parent, you should release the text messages. That's just my thing. Like he kind of said, well, why do you have that saved? Why do you have that? And he's kind of I mean, I have to say that I'm on his side as far as, I won't say I'm on his side, but I understand why he would question that. That's a better choice of words. Why he would question, why did you save those text messages and why do you have them? And she probably could have saved those as a reminder as to what he said, and she may not want to forget, and that's not necessarily a good thing, but she may not want to be hurt again. Sometimes when you are hurt, you do guarded things and you put up these walls. So that's one thing. Then the other thing for Shalon, some of the stuff that they said, like, he is driving a car that 3 years ago Monique gave him the down payment for. So this means that not long ago that they were speaking. They didn't have any issues that long ago. Or if their issues, they weren't on this, not that they didn't have any issues, they weren't on this I'm not speaking to you stance that they both seem to have right now. So 3 years ago, she gave him the down payment for his car. Then he said something to the effect, and then back to that, 3 years ago, Monique's husband was on the phone with him trying to work out that deal for him to get it. In addition, that's the car that he's driving now, and there's a $45,000 account that she had set up for him, and he said she didn't help him to get access to that account, but she's the one that started it. So essentially, she's the one that really gave him that money, because if it wasn't for her actions or what she did, he wouldn't have even had that $45,000. He said he called her and asked her for assistance with accessing it. I am wondering if she didn't want to help him, give him access to it, because she didn't want him to blow through it, and she wanted it to sit there and gain interest or money or become larger. And he said in his video, he talks about the fact that he blew through it, and had he had let it sit for 2 more years, it would have been worth a lot more. But maybe she didn't give him access because she didn't want him to blow through those funds. And that could have been one of her reasons. I don't know, I'm guessing, but it seems like he got it. And he said, he admitted that he didn't have good judgment and he just blew through all those coins. So is it that maybe she knew you were going to do that and she was playing stupid or playing dumb? She seems like a blunt woman, but so I don't know. But either way, the way, from what I'm hearing, she gave you $55,000 about 3 years ago. So that doesn't seem to be someone who doesn't want anything to do with you. For a mom to do that or to help you out, it seems like she would still help you and did something to help you. I could be wrong, but I'm just talking about the $10,000 that you said that she gave for it's either 5 or 10. I kept hearing 2 different numbers. I heard 5,000, then I heard 10. But even if it's just 5,000, there was still the $45,000 from that account. So about 3 years ago, you got $50,000 from her. So I think that people need to look at all the facts and look at the entire situation. That is not necessarily an absent mother. Again, it's giving him money, and according to him, he wants love. He does not want money. He wants love. But maybe money is the only way she knows how to give it. So that's why I think the 2 of them really need to sit down and talk. The interesting thing is, between his video and her video, they are very much alike. Monique and her son are 2 peas in a pod. They are very much alike. He talks very much like Monique. He brings out his points very much like Monique. He makes a great argument. The 2 of them both should have been lawyers. They actually missed their calling. They both should have been lawyers and they probably would have been great attorneys, because they stand firm in what they believe in. But they're very much alike, and it is just it is disheartening to know that they have this type of relationship, and it doesn't need to be. And I just urge the 2 of them to maybe go to Club Shay Shay, go back to Club Shay Shay and sit down and talk. Hash it all out. Maybe Monique, you talk about what you did and what you could do better, and what you may have regrets on. Shalon, you talk about the stuff as well. Shalon, I think you said that your mom apologized and you're not willing to accept her apology. That is the only thing, though. If she apologizes and you're not willing to accept it, then I guess at that point all she can do is move on. So it's not, in your video you said that you both don't want to work it out. But if she said sorry and she's like, here I am, I want to work on it, and instead he's saying that he doesn't forgive her or he's not accepting her apology, then it's not really that she doesn't want to work it out. It's more he's choosing not to. And he has that right. He has that choice. But I just urge, sometimes while we're here on this earth, while we're together, while we have this opportunity, why not mend now? Why wait until it's too late? That's what I tell people to do. Don't, it doesn't have to be, I'm going to get you. You can still hurt. But you can forgive. You don't have to forget what they did, but you can still forgive before it's too late. And that's just what I urge the both of you to do. Go back to Club Shay Shay, talk. See what you want to do. See if you're able to work it out, and have like let Shay Shay, let Shannon Sharp be the mediator for the two of you, right? Where he has no thoughts or no judgment or anything like that, and he can just ask some questions and be a neutral ground for you guys. But you know, from a daughter, you know, I have parents as well. I am just wishing you two the best and hoping that you two can work it out. I really do, really do.